Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Mr. It's Too Easy, and we're diving back into that Kiss It or Dismiss It. Around here, we like to hunt down some of the strangest TikTok videos, the ones that make you wonder what's real, or if it's just blowing smoke up our hoo-ha, you feel me? But if it does pass the smell test, we're gonna go ahead and kiss that thing. But if it don't pass and it smells like straight up cap, we're just gonna dismiss that thing. If you are enjoying the content, you know what I'm saying, smash that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think. You know what I'm talking about? And with that being said, we can't do it at all this light. You feel me? You already know that. You gotta set the mood. So let's go ahead and set the mood. So we just set the mood, turn the lights down low, got the headphones on, got the volume up loud, got videos on deck. Let's get it started.
Guys, I just came back from the Middle Ages.
Oh, God.
And I brought something incredible to show you guys. A piece of evidence that's going to completely blow your mind. This is for that 1% of you doubters. I know 99% of the people that follow me, they believe that I'm a time traveler. This is for that 1%.
Time traveler.
I was so excited to make this video. I didn't even have time to get the proper haircut to fit into this modern day. But let me show you something. This is going to blow your mind. After this, you will not be able to doubt the fact that I'm a time traveler.
What you got?
Here it goes. I have with me the Black Plague.
Stop the cap.
How can you deny this proof? I have the Black Plague here. Oh, God damn, what?
These are celebrities that have died twice. First up, Nelson Mandela. So there are millions of people who believe that Nelson Mandela died in the 1980s.
I'm one of those people.
The thing is, he did not die until 2013. But there are people who will argue you up and down the wall that Nelson Mandela died in the 1980s. The second one is Eddie Murphy.
What?
So there are millions and millions of people all over the world who specifically remember Eddie Murphy died in 2013 in a snowboarding accident. And the final one is Michael Jackson. So there's no specific date with this one. Hundreds of millions of people for this one believe that Michael Jackson died somewhere in the early 2000s, maybe late 90s, and they remember it playing out exactly how it did when he actually died. So for them, it feels like they relived Michael Jackson's death
two times. Oh my God.
It is the craziest thing ever.
I wonder what that is then.
You ever hear the theory that Paul Walker's death wasn't just a crash?
Really?
Yeah, the Fast and Furious guy. Real car lover, real driver. But in 2013, after a charity event, he gets in a Porsche with his friend, and minutes later, boom, they crash.
They did.
And the car explodes. But it wasn't just fire. Witnesses said they heard two separate explosions. And somehow, the engine flew 100 feet away. That doesn't happen in a normal crash. That's a detonation. Right at the impact moment. It gets weirder. Paul had been working with a charity in the Philippines, and people online claim he found evidence of child trafficking buried inside aid shipments. He was planning to go public. He wanted out of Hollywood. He wanted the truth, and then gone. No major investigation, no second look, just another celebrity accident. Paul was quiet, kind, clean, a threat to the system that feeds on fame.
Let's just go with
he didn't party hard, he helped people, and that made him dangerous. So ask yourself, was it speed or was it silence? Comment justice for Paul if you think we were never told the real story.
That's probably just witchcraft, deadass. They call it Italian wine magic.
Italian wine magic.
Yeah, it's weird.
What is that?
What people do, if they want to tell you're lying, some people in the mob used to do it. Like the Italian mafia, they used to use this to tell if somebody was lying or not.
Yeah.
So they would get a glass of wine, or sorry, they would get a bottle of wine, right? And let's say I had a couple friends over, and there was one person I wanted to test and see if they're lying to me.
Okay.
I would pop the cork, get the bottle, and I would whisper a word into the top of the bottle. Now check this out. There's a certain way you do it that what happens is you're gonna pour the wine for everyone.
Yeah.
And if the person says the word that you said into the bottle
During the dinner?
yeah, it could be a random word, and you're not supposed to lead them to saying it, and you're supposed to, if anything, kind of avoid it.
Yeah.
But if they say the word that you said into the wine bottle, then they're lying to you or they're doing you dirty. And the mafia used to do that.
Well, in that case, let's keep the horse crap going.
All right.
All right, so
keep it
next on
going.
our creepy celebrity conspiracy theories that
That's
are
right.
so crazy they might be true, we have
Okay.
Gisele Bündchen and Nicolas Cage. All right, so Gisele Bündchen is a Brazilian supermodel who got married to
Yes.
Tom Brady back in 2009. And
Facts.
allegedly, she's a white witch, and Tom Brady knew this when they got married, right? So
Interesting.
their agreement was that she would support his football career, give him all the success he wants in football with her spells and her potions and stuff. In return, he just has to retire at 45 so they can continue to grow their family and spend the rest of their life together. So Tom kind of confirmed this in the interview that he did when they asked him about like his pregame rituals and stuff. And he talked about the different
rituals.
things his wife has taught him, which is like different mantras and stuff to say before the game. She made him an altar in their locker room. She also made him like a necklace with like a potion in it that he has to wear. She gave him stones and stuff that he has to rub a certain amount of time. It's just really witchy stuff.
You know, I've learned a lot from my wife over the years. And she always makes a little altar for me at the game because she just wills it so much. I have these little special stones and healing stones and protection stones, and she has me wear a necklace and take these drops she makes. I say all these mantras.
Also said in that interview that Gisele has predicted how either good or bad the season is going to go for him. So anytime a season starts, he goes and asks her, is it going to be a good season or a bad season? And she has predicted it accurately every time.
At first I was like, this is kind of crazy. And then about 4 years ago, we were playing the Seahawks, and she said, you better listen to me. This is your year, but this is all the things you're going to have to do to win. And I did all those things, and by God, you know, it worked. It was pretty good.
And then she told him, good thing you married a good witch.
He said, you're lucky you married a witch. I'm just a good witch.
So then in early 2022, Tom announced his retirement, then ended his retirement early after only 40 days, which allegedly upset Gisele because he broken her trust because he went against their agreement, which was for him to retire.
That was it?
So he
Not
could spend
cheating?
more time with his family. So then, for his 23rd football season, Gisele told him that she was done using her magic and stuff to help him. So Tom and Gisele obviously started living apart while they were going through this divorce. Gisele started spending more time in Miami with her spiritual healer, and Tom struggled through a tough season with the Buccaneers. So Tom and the Buccaneers ended up losing 3 consecutive games, and the only other time that has happened to Tom was back in 2002. So allegedly, without Gisele's protection spells and her magic, Tom's age caught up with him. So then he ends up retiring again.
Good morning, guys. I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring for good.
Stating various health issues and just wanting to spend more time with his family, like what Gisele wanted all along.
Well,
all right, so back in
that's how that's gonna
2011,
go.
a guy by the
Some
name
more?
of Jack Mard, who owns Thanatos Archive, which is a photography museum, he ended up posting on eBay that he was selling a photo from the Civil War that is allegedly Nicolas Cage. Now, he's selling this photo for $1 million. But anyway, so the conspiracy goes that this is Nicolas Cage in this photo because he's immortal. Now, my only gripe with it is that if he was immortal, wouldn't he not age? And he has been aging, so I don't know if I believe this one. But what y'all think?
I don't know.
Oh, and
I had to
Nicolas
kiss
Cage
the
is
first
actually
one,
playing
so,
Dracula in his new movie.
I mean, pardon the interruption, but did that man just say old girl was a witch? Now, typically, I wouldn't kiss something like that, you know, but I mean, it seemed like it came out the horse's mouth. So if he said these things, I guess we ain't got no choice but to agree, right? Let me know.
I don't know if you remember this or not, but back in 2012, Discovery Channel and Animal Planet aired this TV show about mermaids.
I remember
It was called
that.
Mermaids, The Body
Yes,
Found.
I remember
think about
that.
a year later, they released the sequel. It was Mermaids, The Body Found, New Evidence.
I didn't
This is a
remember that.
prime example of how easy it is for false information to spread around.
For sure.
Especially coming from a source that we'd like to believe is credible, such as the Animal Planet
Hell
or Discovery Channel. You don't
Yes.
expect them to show things that are not real. They led a lot
True.
of people to believe that mermaids were real.
They did.
They showed clips of scientists
Okay.
evaluating noises coming from the ocean. They examined different sonar readings and said that these were in fact mermaids. They recreated images and gave us descriptions of what these mermaids looked like.
They
along
did.
with video clips
They did
showing
that. I
us what
remember
a
that.
mermaid's life would look like under the sea with their family.
Yeah.
They also went to the extreme of showing us these weapons that they found and that fishermen had found. I watched this a really long time ago, but I think I remember them saying that these weapons were made out of like deep sea fish.
I don't know about that.
Maybe some sort of like deep ocean.
I don't know about
I don't
that.
know. But basically something that could only be found deep in the ocean. And this was carved by mermaids. They were even showing clips that were supposedly given to them by fishermen where they had found these mermaid-made spears and tools in fish. People were watching this documentary in shock because throughout the entire beginning of the documentary, there was no disclosure. These pictures should have been the dead giveaway that this was fake. But people believed it because it was the Animal Planet and it was the Discovery Channel.
Somewhat.
At the very end of this mockumentary, for 3 seconds after the credits, this appeared. And this was them giving disclosure that this was fake. 3 seconds at the very end of the credits.
What?
I've heard of a mockumentary before, but they're calling this one a docu-fiction. This was another one of the images they used to show us what these mermaids looked like.
I believe her
when they came
information.
out of the water. I know there's a good handful of people that knew that this was fake. They knew it couldn't be real. They were not gullible, but there was a lot of people that believed this was real.
Well, guys think this is only in the music industry. How do you think these actors do so well at acting?
Basically what I did was got on my knees.
No.
Communicated with the spirits.
No.
And when I came out, I was in charge. Powerful scene. I couldn't have acted that.
Oh, it's real big in the film industry.
I spent a day there just kind of praying.
That's not
good. And asking, like, just guide me through this. If you can hear me, tell me what to do. Tell me how to move. Tell me how to speak. Tell me how to behave, and I'll do whatever you say. So that there was a strange, mysterious spirituality going on around the making of this film.
That was pretty straightforward,
That
right?
was.
Maybe that's why Johnny Depp won't watch his own movies.
I don't like watching myself. Yeah. I prefer the experience. I mean, making the film is great. Right. The process is all fine, but then he's up there. Right.
It's just method acting, right?
Two voices came out of you. Do you remember this? But they were simultaneous words, but they were two levels of sound. I was amazed, and you said, "Well, sure. Oh, I'm many different people."
Real funny, right? See, it would be a coincidence or maybe just trolling if only a few artists spoke on this, channeling spirits, but it seems to be all throughout the industry. But just a theory, right?
All right, guys. Entertainment and subliminal messaging. The entertainment industry has been a source of conspiracies for a long time, with often disturbing subliminal messages in children's entertainment, such as references to suicide and sex found in everything from Disney movies to SpongeBob. But it often goes deeper and darker. The entertainment industry, especially Disney, has seen several instances of hiring young children, making them into massive celebrities, making a fortune off of them, and driving them insane. This has also happened with the K-pop industry, with their so-called slave contracts that force the young singers into decades of servitude, having them work endless hour days and running them to the point of exhaustion. There are actually many instances of these young singers collapsing on stage due to exhaustion.
My favorite conspiracy theory by far is the conspiracy theory that there is no conspiracy theories. Like, why the fuck do everybody believe everything is a conspiracy theory?
I'm just saying.
People thought it was a conspiracy theory when only a small amount of companies owned every single brand you could possibly imagine. That turned out to be real. People thought it was a conspiracy theory when they thought there was only a small amount of people who owned every single television network. That turned out to be real. Even cryptids. There's so many cryptids that have been proven to be real that before were considered fake. For the longest time, a lot of people thought dinosaurs weren't real, and those were proven to be real. But then there's another side to it. A dinosaur could also be considered a dragon. We act like the government ain't never lied
you know what?
before.
I thought
All they gotta
about
do
that.
is shave off the horns and take away the wings, and boom, you got a dinosaur. They look exactly the same. And no, all dragons don't have to fly. All dragons don't have to breathe fire. There's different types of dragons. There's water dragons. There's dragons that are designed just for land, and there are dragons that fly. Ain't there with dinosaurs? There's dinosaurs that fly. There's dinosaurs designed specifically just to be in water. There's dinosaurs that spit fucking acid. There's dinosaurs designed specifically just to be on land and run. You never fully know what you think you know. There's always a deeper meaning to everything you could possibly imagine. Especially when the government controls all the media and all the belief systems we come to know as the truth in life. You never truly fully know anything. That's why the conspiracy theory of there's no conspiracy theories is fucking stupid.
Drake walks up to you and say, "Hey, bro, let me put this junk in your butt real quick."
Okay, he is talking about the red door theory. The theory is simple, but it's really scary. See, in Hollywood, there are people who are growing in popularity because of their talent. Maybe they're singers, video creators, they're content people, whatever. And as they grow in their popularity, they end up getting an opportunity to go to a mansion party. Now, this mansion could be anywhere in the continental United States, but there's always a mansion party. And at this mansion party, there is always a red door. Those that have been behind the red door, or some even call it behind the curtain, will tell you that this is the moment that you have the opportunity to become a superstar. The most powerful people in Hollywood will offer you millions and millions of dollars, but you have to give up something. Either you have to give up something sexually, or you have to give up somebody that you love. Here's a question for you. Have you ever heard of like a singer or actor who had a family member or several family members die? And in this time, did you notice that after their family member's death, they became extremely popular, winning a bunch of awards and getting a bunch of opportunities? Now, have you noticed that people who were doing really well suddenly fell off out of nowhere? Their music is not good anymore. They just don't get any more opportunities. They're not in movies or TV shows. This is because they went behind the red door, but did not sacrifice anything and did not take a deal. And look, if you don't believe me, listen to Kevin Hart himself tell you about this room and about what happens inside of it.
Look behind the curtain. You know, there's a curtain, there's another room, and there's a curtain. And in that room is some shit. You're like, God damn, I didn't know y'all was fucking doing this back here. I didn't know y'all was getting this type of money back here. Y'all been doing this for how long? This is how it happens. There's a room that you get in, and the information that comes in it. It's unreal, the stuff that you start to discover. But it's a discovery.
I believe it.
It's a discovery. You got to stumble upon this treasure of information and discovery. And
tell me what you think in the comments.
I don't care what you say. Jim Carrey is the wokest actor.
I don't think we can afford to assume that the people who are charged with our public health any longer have our best interests at heart all the time.
You say, why would a doctor not want to know more about something that could save a life or prevent a disease? I don't understand.
The AAP is financed by the drug companies.
Facts.
Medical schools are financed by the drug companies. This is a huge business. Vaccines are the largest growing division of the pharmaceutical industry. $13 billion.
They control medical schools.
For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile, so you don't know what's really going on.
Up there.
You know, and they just start making stuff up. Yeah. Like that Neil Armstrong guy. Have you seen him on the talk shows? He wants to be the first man to walk in the moon. Talk about a fish story. Man, and they're buying it.
I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and
I remember this.
I
They're
mean,
celebrating.
you got to admit, it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe
icons,
in
boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we can.
She's trying to hold together.
It's like icons.
You guys remember when Kanye said this, then disappeared?
Not taking the responsibility as a man. That's why I say the song Closed on Sunday is the hardest record ever made, as hard as the NWA record, because it's talking about protecting your kids from the indoctrination of the media, the thousands and thousands of images that are fed to children by the age of 6 or 7.
Is he telling
it? In those images, there are images mixed in that we don't know about as parents, that are purposely mixed in to lower the kids' superpower and esteem so that they can be more susceptible to
I'm with that.
consumption and feel that they need to consume and become a part
Interesting.
of the robotic numeric system that controls so much of the media.
All right, I'm with it.
I just had to say it like this. You can rewind it and then do research what I'm talking about.
I would watch for Barron because here's the thing. There's also another book called Barron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. So Lockwood wrote this book too in the late 1800s, depicting this character.
When they picked those same names.
Yes.
Barron Trump.
Barron Trump. That is a book. Yes.
I'm at the fact.
Ingersoll Lockwood wrote both these books. Right?
In the 1800s.
Yes. I believe it was like 1893, 1896, something like that.
Then there has to be time travelers.
Well, here's the thing. In the book, Barron Trump is a time traveler. No bullshit. All this is in the book, you guys. And guess what? So he time travels, right? He has a mentor named Don.
Oh my gosh.
This is in the book. So, here's the theory.
All right.
That Trump actually has some type of time travel technology only because Donald Trump's uncle, John G. Trump, worked for the FBI. Now, when Nikola Tesla died, they sent him in because he's a scientist, he's a physicist, engineer, smart guy. So they were like, hey, go in to Nikola Tesla's, room and decipher all his works and whatnot. Because, Nikola Tesla discovered free energy and a multitude of things, right?
I mean, how?
So Donald Trump's uncle goes in there and says, we didn't find anything. A bunch of BS. You don't think
Which I think
that Nikola Tesla, who had discovered free energy and manipulated electromagnetism,
Stop
which had you can
I gotta
in theory
cap it, man.
bend time, light, and
I mean,
space.
they get Tesla so much.
This man's works was confiscated by him, and he didn't find anything.
Yeah. And that's another one for Kiss It or Dismiss It. I'm talking about some of those TikTok videos are a little bit too real, and then some of them were straight up sus, but we're not here to judge, are we? But hey, you know what I'm saying? Drop your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think. Do you think we should have kissed more, or do you think we should have dismissed more? And if you're enjoying the vibration of this mystery trip that we be going on, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you go ahead and catch up with the next episode of Kiss It or Dismiss It. Until next time, keep your lights down low, keep your mind open, and remember, everything you see is just not a TikTok. It's just what Mr. It's Too Easy, and we out. See you next time. Peace.